man, folks, if you missed our previous matchup, Luke Langley versus Xander Gold, it was an epic one. Be sure to check it out, WCWA Wrestling on YouTube and Facebook at WCWA Wrestling. Right now, my partner, Clay Readymade, is at ringside with our women's champion, Killer Kate, as Killer Kate is going to help him announce this next matchup.
We're going to be taking a look here, and then I'll get your thoughts afterwards. It was, Kate. I mean, it was quite the matchup between you and Erica. But what about Sid, Insidious one, excuse me, getting involved?
That video was, I think everybody can agree, kind of spooky, very scary actually. But it allowed me to take advantage of that brief moment and take the win. And I'm really excited for this next matchup because of that. I can't wait to see who's going to be next in line for contendership, because those two women, they're bringing a lot to the table.
Indeed, indeed. Now, I know you're going to have your eyes on this matchup, but you know what? I do a lot of yelling, right, for my job, okay? What do you guys think of our women's champion introducing this next match?
Okay, I'm down. Let's do it. All right, are you guys ready for this next match? Mixed tag team, and it is scheduled for one fall.
We're going to have a mixed tag team match here, announced by our wonderful women's champion, Killer Kate. So, Tier 1 making their way, it's going to be the team of the mastermind of Tier 1, Double D, the definition of definition, excuse me, I'm going to hear about that later on. Definition of definition, Double D, alongside Erica Torres. See them there. You know, Killer Kate and Erica have had their run-ins.
We run the show.
Last time we saw Killer Kate and Erica Torres, it was for the crowning of the women's champion, and Killer Kate, some will say the underdog, took it away as she, with the help of Insidious won that video that we saw earlier on before they made their entrance. Insidious one getting involved with that video, just a creepy subliminal video, taking the attention away from Erica Torres at the center of the ring, as she was, some would say, about to put a submission on Killer Kate that she could not get out of. Taking the attention away for Erica Torres, and Killer Kate came out on top and as our women's champion. So now, we're going to have Erica Torres and Double D, who have had run-ins with Insidious One and Isaiah James, face off in a mixed tag team match here. Mixed tag team match. Here are the rules. The gentlemen of the matchup, can go against the women of the matchup. However, there can be no strikes, no fist strikes or kicks to the other gender. Holds and slams are allowed, but we are under mixed tag team rules here tonight. There you see the ever creepy Insidious One and the unholy Isaiah James heading to the ring. This will be Isaiah James' first time in an official matchup with WCWA, and we are excited to have him here. As you saw them at the opening segment of our show, as they came out to help out Xander Gold. And here they are. This unholy union is looking to leave their mark. Insidious One looking to become women's champion if that opportunity arises. Isaiah James looking to rise in the singles rankings of WCWA wrestling.
Nate back at the table here, man. Look at this unorthodox duo here. And they still give me just what's the word? Heebie-jeebies.
Heebie-jeebies is a good one. Clay, excited to have Kate at ringside with us. How do you think she's feeling about this matchup? I think you had a chance to speak with her. What's her thoughts on both these women here in this match?
The women's division is stacking just as much as the tag team division. Kill Kate, she has eyes on each of her competitors here. This could come into play. The winner here could just carry that momentum straight to a women's championship match.
That is going to be interesting to see. We did see Erica Torres. She came up short inside that matchup. You would have to imagine that Insidious One is next in line with a victory. All victories matter here in WCWA, and with a win here inside this mixed tag team action, I think Isaiah James and Insidious One move up pretty quickly.
I'm not sure if you guys noticed here, but right at the entranceway, you see Kill Kate. She has a close eye on this match. She has if you will, a front row seat. She's not going to miss any of the action here as this first ever mixed tag team matchup gets underway.
Yes, Killer Kate is watching this one closely. She wants to know who's going to come out on top. She wants to see, the moves of these women, what she's going to have to plan for. Very interesting. She always wants to study and keep an eye on her opponent. Indeed.
Now, look, Erica and Insidious One, they have a history here in WCWA, but Isaiah James and Double D, they recently crossed paths at WCWA Rumble Road. They got involved at the conclusion of Erica Torres versus Insidious One, and here we are.
That was a long time coming. I think the bad blood there never quite went away, and to see these two here, these four, I should say, as these two teams take on each other. This one's going to be very interesting to see. Such different styles. Double D, just cunning individual, but man, the guy knows his stuff when it comes to in-ring.
Absolutely.
Right now, he's got him inside a headlock. Guys, AJ inside a headlock as these two are going back and forth. And Double D, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Turning that right into a submission type move there as he kicks the head of Isaiah James. Double D ducks under. And these two, to start this tag matchup off, are putting in the work. Look at that. Oh!
Low drop kick there.
Isaiah James has had a chance to watch his opponent, Double D, very closely to see what he's capable of. And man, he is using that to his advantage. That's a purple nurple.
We're talking about first evers here.
Man, it's Purge and nothing is off limits apparently.
India Purgle. Nurple. I'm sorry. That action continues here right over the top, Isaiah James. Very fast pace, Isaiah.
Write that one down for later. Here we go. Up and over, Isaiah James. Double D. Oh, and the clothesline. And that one. See this one in the corner. Watching Isaiah James go to work. One count.
Count of one.
Very quick. Here we go. Erica Torres, you see her reaching from the side, trying to get in there.
See a little joint manipulation there put forth by Isaiah.
And there we go. See this one. She's in. Ducks under.
Look at this.
And look at that. She's got and Double D turns it around. And as we said, mixed tag team match rules here, so no strikes on the other gender.
Wow, what a transition there.
Wow, what a move there.
This one.
But holds and submissions and slams count. MMA rules essentially. Oh, before this makes the wow, just a train coming out of the side of your screen here is Erica Torres. You see this one drops her with the toe hold. And man, looks like Insidious one got the better of Erica Torres. She's going for the pinfall quickly here inside multiple different variations. Quick counts.
You gotta wonder, these two ladies, the last time they were in the ring together at Rumble Road, Insidious one, she suffered a clavicle fracture. There's no secret there, and you gotta wonder if that's gonna take effect in this matchup here.
Will she react differently, or will she be more aggressive? What will it be? But right now, I mean, it looks like they know each other very well and are just taking it to each other. Look at that. Erica Torres up and over. Insidious one sits down on it.
Near fall for near fall.
Not allowing it. Speaking of MMA, Erica Torres has a background in MMA, mixed martial arts. Erica just very well versed in the art of fighting is Erica Torres. And Double D grabbing Insidious one by the neck, bringing her back, and Isaiah James will have none of it. And the drill, and look at the teamwork by these two teams. Oh my goodness.
Double D is one for his ass, but he might be wanting to be worrying about his teeth a little bit. Probably picking him up off the mat after this one.
He's going to have to be careful, Isaiah James, very quick. And, man, I think the styles of Isaiah James and Double D are probably very similar builds, very similar in their fight styles. Oh! But one may be willing to go a little bit further when it comes to tenacity.
Right here, Isaiah staying right on top of Double D.
He's inside a headlock. Double D pushing Isaiah James
straight to the corner. Very smart right here by Double D.
Smart tag team move there. He makes a tag with Erica Torres. She's in.
Tag.
Here we go. What do these two have planned? Snapmare takeover. Drops him. Oh, and the stomp. And Erica Torres. And Double D with the splash. Center of the ring. They're not done here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness.
Incredible teamwork by Double D and Erica Torres. Near fall.
Erica Torres staying on top of it, and she's throwing the punches, throwing them. Look at that. Not letting up. And she is not one to back down. Guy or girl, Erica Torres will not back down from any type of fight. And whoa!
The power of Erica Torres. I want to comment on this. Last time we saw Erica, Erica has packed on some muscle. There's no secret about it right there, and that shows, sending Isaiah right down into the team corner of Tier 1.
If you follow Erica Torres and Double D on social media, you'll see these two put in work. They do not relent on their workout regime. They might be underhanded, dastardly individuals, but they put in the work to become better at what they do. And you'll see it there. Erica Torres with the forearm into the corner. As Double D, you see it. Look at him. He's holding Isaiah James. And he lifts.
Right there.
Erica Torres up and over. Sid coming in like a house on fire with the back elbows. Oh, man, she gets caught.
Erica goes low, some big-time knees to the cranium.
Clay, you've had a chance to speak with, oh my goodness, Insidious one, 2 count. In regards to the women's championship picture here, what is she feeling as far as getting a chance and an opportunity to face Killer Kate?
Are we speaking of, you're speaking of Erica, correct?
No, Insidious one. If she ever gets the opportunity to face Killer Kate, what do you think? How is she feeling? Is she ready for it? Is she ready for that matchup?
Insidious one. I think she could bring something different to the game here. She obviously a very unorthodox individual, unorthodox style. It could clash with Kate and get inside Kate's mind. Oh, right there, near fall for Erica Torres. But Insidious one, she's always gunning for that title, as well as Erica Torres. Right down to the mat. That's where Erica is comfortable.
She's got her in a roll up there. Yeah, trying to get that pinfall.
I wasn't sure. I think Erica Torres, her shoulders were down as well. So
looking close. Ref DJ keeping a close eye on this one. As Erica might even trying to go for a German suplex there, but Insidious one, she's sitting on it. Gets the reversal. Oh my goodness, Insidious one.
Some modified DDT of sorts. The
Yeah.
ladies are at the center of the ring.
Man, just wearing each other out. Insidious one looking to get to her corner. Erica Torres, she's turned in the wrong direction. Double D trying to get Erica to get that tag.
Feel
Both
the
women
excitement.
down. Yeah.
What a struggle for both women here. First one to get the tag.
Erica
Oh, and
gets
here
it.
we go.
They both get it. Here we go. Oh, Insidious. Man, you know, I'm just going to call them Insidious James at this point. Both of these two tag teams, they are just going at it just so quick. This action is just so super fast paced. And look at that. Oh, my goodness. The Unholy One just making moves after moves on Double D.
Incredible showing here for a first-time matchup for Isaiah James. Look at this. Into a Hurricane Rana. No. Tarantula kind of maneuver.
Oh,
Backbreaker. Take your eyes off Double D, though.
Can't do that. The Unholy One, he is ready, and he's got him inside a bit of a scorpion death, like a sharpshooter there.
These two are the legal participants in this matchup. Double D taps. This match is over.
As Double D tries to make his way to the ropes, and he...
Oh, wait a minute. I think he's gonna... He's got Erica locked in the same.
He sits on it. Erica, will she tap out? That's not something we see very often, if ever. Erica Torres, he's got it locked. Oh! Double
That could be a deciding blow right there.
back of the head with that kick, and it just reverberated off the walls in the Next Level Soccer Center arena here in Springdale, Arkansas. Double D with the punches as he lifts Isaiah James up onto the top rope.
Isaiah fighting back up to the top. Hey, wait a minute.
And Erica Torres always a factor. Look at that. And the Unholy Family Jewels are in trouble at the moment.
Erica's smart tactic right there, taking out Insidious one.
Oh, he's lifting her up. Look at that teamwork. Erica Torres, those ropes get very sweaty and slippery. You see. Oh my goodness. The flying kick. Man, you know, if one slips up, the other one is right there with them. As you see Double D and Erica Torres just working like a fine-tuned machine.
Great teamwork shown here by Double D and Erica Torres. And Isaiah James is down.
And what is next? What can they do next? Insidious one is off the ring apron, as now would be a good time for Isaiah James to make that tag. But Erica Torres played a factor earlier on, removing Insidious one from the matchup at least momentarily.
Right back to the corner, and you mentioned Insidious one down off the apron. They're cutting the ring in half, but Isaiah, if he wanted to get a tag, Insidious one isn't there. So right down to the midsection, focusing on that midsection as they keep him in the corner. What's this here?
Oh, and a spinning kick with the German suplex, and she holds on to.
Impressive German bridge by Erica Torres to a near fall. Insidious one recuperating there in the corner, you see.
Man, what a matchup here. Mixed tag team action, first ever here in WCWA. And Tier 1 is looking to put it away, looking to come out the victor in this one. Lots of firsts that Erica Torres and even Insidious one have been in. First triangle match ever was with...
What kind of maneuver do we have here? A tornado DDT.
Goodness.
Right off of Double D's shoulders. Insidious one right in here.
First triangle match was with Erica Torres, Insidious one, and Alabama. And here again, another first. Oh my goodness. Double D planted her with that move. That's usually puts it away for his opponents, but and a Holy One ready to capitalize.
Look at the power on Erica Torres. So impressive.
And like a train, she throws it into the corner and then center of the ring.
Big time power slam. See this one with a few failed kicks there, but connected with one of them.
Sometimes it's just the one that counts. She face plants Erica Torres once again. Double D ready. And Isaiah James, look at that, just throwing Double D out of the ring. And Sid is just, look at that. I mean, these two.
Oh, look at a double T maneuver here. Whoa!
And they are ready. They are on top right now. And Holy Wonder through the out to the ringside on Double D.
I thought that was it. That rolling Death Valley driver, if you will, with the weight of, Isaiah James on top of Insidious One, on top of Erica Torres.
Isaiah James and Double D fighting at ringside. Erica Torres looking to put this one away. Insidious One gets Erica Torres in a, look at this. Gets her in that submission maneuver, center of the ring, and she is just wrenching it back hard. We saw Erica Torres inside that Scorpion Deathlock type maneuver earlier. I think it played a factor. Look at that. Erica Torres having to submit to Insidious One. And Clay, Insidious One, and Isaiah James are your winners here tonight.
Just inches away from the ropes, but to no avail. Insidious One and Isaiah James win this first ever mixed tag team matchup.
What a matchup here. It is so good to see Insidious One back in the building. These two, I am certain we're not going to see the last of it. Clay, looks like Kate just got up from her seat there.
What a matchup. As you mentioned there, Kate getting an even closer look at the winner of this matchup.
Man, what a match between these two. Erica Torres, I think just the submission maneuvers from earlier on just played a factor, but look.
Ooh, look at this moment right here. 3 of the top women in WCWA.
Making a stand, Killer Kate, letting her opponents know, I don't care who you are.
You want this title? She's gonna get it. Come for it. I'm ready. Y'all are ready. Let's get it.
And that is our women's champion, Killer Kate, letting everyone know she is here and she is ready for any opponent. Another matchup in the books here at Purge. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got tag team championship action coming up next. Tables match. Clay, are you ready for that one?
I'm ready for that one. Let's crown our first ever WCWA Tag Team Champions.
Let's do it. Stay tuned. Catch us next.